Congratulations, Erica Slezak.
On March 17, Erica Slezak celebrated her 40th anniversary as Victoria Lord Davidson on One Life to Live.
Here's to you, Erica.
When your friend is a bigot on the next Oprah Winfrey Show.
Okay, quick, get the microphone, plug it in. Let's go, we got it? Yes, sir. Okay, hello, breaker. Whoa, wait. No, come on, man, it was going.
Wait, turn up the volume, see what that does.
No. It was working 2 seconds ago, I just plugged it in, what happened? Put the top down. Oh, what is... It was working 2 seconds ago, I don't believe this.
Well, back to the drawing board.
Oh, man.
How about Cord? I know you're disappointed, but you got to keep your spirits up.
Good thing we didn't go running out of here telling everybody we had fixed this thing. We would have got their hopes all up for nothing. I don't know how much more this Tina can take, you know. She misses our son like crazy. When she was in New York for this design seminar, she called him, she talked to me for like 2 seconds, and then she'd get him on the phone, and the two of them would just cut up. I don't have to tell you about missing family, do I?
Yeah. Well, Tina seems to be holding up pretty well.
Yeah, but she's wearing down, man. I can see it every minute.
You two have a very special relationship.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess we've had enough grief to last 3 lifetimes. I don't know, it just got to a point where we just had to put our stubbornness aside and just really admit that we loved each other. And I felt bad that, that Sarah got caught up in all that.
Oh, yeah, well, me too. But it was obvious that you two just weren't meant to be. You just hold on to what you've got. Sticking by the people you love, that's what life's all about.
Listen, do you regret ever spending so much time on your expeditions, spending so much time away from your family?
Oh, I regret many mistakes I've made, missed opportunities.
Look, these wires, they're all just too old and too brittle to do anything with. I tell you what, I'm gonna go find the ladies. Viki's a genius at finding things when you need them the most.
Like strawberries.
I found this in one of the safe shelves. I decided to make the best of a perfectly horrible situation.
Why aren't you all with Roger?
He and Cord are trying to rig up a transmitter to send a radio signal to the surface. That's why I decided that they should come in here and be fitted for their own uniforms. Yeah, well, I think I'm going to pass, okay? There's no way I'm going to wear that ugly thing. Tina feels...
They're clean.
Yeah, well, she also feels that it's a symbol of giving up hope if she wears one of these uniforms.
We'll carry the hope inside us, Tina, not on our backs. Oh, Viki, listen, there's, everything's marked by size here.
Is there anything here that Cord could use for the transmitter? I know he needs wires and things.
No, there's nothing like that down here, but there's canned goods, and those might come in handy. Take whatever you need.
Not a whole lot of a selection here.
The city predated frozen gourmet dinners, Tina.
Huh. Hydroponic supplies? What's that?
Well, there's a hydroponic garden here somewhere in the city. I don't know exactly where, but I remember eating lots of fresh vegetables, so it's important to find the garden and plant these seeds.
Well, these will take weeks to grow. We're not going to be here that long. What happened to all that hope you were just talking about?
I have still got it, but we might be down here for a while before we find our way out. I mean, we don't want to go looking for the medical supplies after somebody's injured.
Got a very good point there, Tina.
My foresight surprises you.
Ah, yes, and your industry. Yesterday you were determined to cause chaos and rebellion.
Would you two excuse us? I think we need some privacy.
What? I'm not leaving her alone here with you.
I'll be all right, Tina.
Viki!
This conversation is long overdue.
Come on, Tina.
Picture of a field of poppies, but the picture disappeared, Larry. Now, Viki told me that Tina was convinced Gabrielle took it.
Why would she want a picture of a field of poppies?
I don't know. But she was very close to Michael Grand.
Well, why would he want the picture?
I don't know that either.
Now, tell me about this underground city.
Oh, that's a thing. I think it's a pipe dream of Michael's. I suppose it could exist, but...
But Viki, you say dreamed about a tunnel into the mountain?
Yes, yeah. You know the men that kidnapped Viki to try and change her back into Nikki Smith? They were looking for a special place on the mountain, a place that Nikki Smith only knew about. Maybe the city does exist. In that tunnel that Viki dreamed about, there was an explosion. Maybe the explosion closed off the tunnel.
Well, maybe Gabrielle and Michael Grand fooled Viki into going up to try and find it.
No, they wouldn't risk hypnotizing Viki. Or would they?
Well, no, wait a minute. First of all, Cord and Tina wouldn't allow that, and I'm sure Roger Gordon wouldn't.
Yeah, but what if they're not with Viki? Larry, there is a key to this thing someplace. I'm just not putting my finger on it.
I wish there was something I could do to help you, Clint.
I'll work it out.
Yeah.
I'll be in touch.
Please do.
Well, your taste in uniforms is lousy, Governor. But, your taste in distilled liquor is excellent. What's that? A little early for a cocktail, you think? Well, maybe by the Eterna clock, but not by Leo Cromwell's. After all, my daughter just told me that she never wants to see me again. That should entitle me to a generous libation, don't you think? Feet are cold. Drown a fever. Oh, even the liquor's turned against me. What the hell is happening? Why has it all come to nothing? I should have found the gold by now. Somebody should have found a way out of here. I've got to get Christine out of here and away from those monsters who are turning her against me. Where could they have hidden that gold? If I could only find it, then maybe, just maybe, she could find it in her heart to forgive me. I gotta find it. That's the only way. That's the only way.
My actions yesterday and last night were a total disgrace.
Well, I'm not going to argue with you.
Danton Gordon's speeches brought back all the horrible nightmares of my childhood. And all I could feel was rage and despair, a deeper and wilder despair than I felt when I was 8 years old, and realized I might be doomed to live and die here.
You took that anger out on Roger. He was a child when he lived here, too. He wasn't responsible for his father's actions.
I know that. But I couldn't reconcile myself to that or to the possibility that we were going to be down here for a while. I couldn't sleep, so I came in here to go through supplies and start getting things organized. I realized it was time to get down to the business of surviving, of helping us all to survive.
From anger and hatred to noble dedication. Quite a journey of the soul.
Yes, I realize it's not all that noble, but at least it is a step in the right direction. God knows my father tried to show me the way. He knew there was a revolution coming, and he tried to prepare me for it. I was so frightened, however, by the atmosphere of hatred down here that I don't remember much about what he said exactly, except something to the effect that a man's strength is born of suffering, and his character is molded more by his failures than his triumphs. But that didn't sink in much to a terrified 8-year-old.
Apparently not to the confident adult you have become either.
No, you are exactly right. I have been obsessed all these years with trying to avenge the murder of my parents. Every deal I closed, every friend I made was a means to that end.
I think your father would be very disappointed in you, Michael.
I think he would be, too. And I had a lot of time to think about that last night. And for the first time in my life, I have come to terms with what happened to my parents and with how I have lived my life since then. I am more ashamed of myself than they ever could be. And more to the point, I am deeply sorry for the pain and anguish that I caused you and your family. And I am hoping that you will be able to forgive me somehow.
Tell me something. How ashamed would you be if you had found the gold? What would my pain and suffering, what kind of difference would that have made if you'd been successful in your quest?
Believe me, the gold doesn't matter to me anymore.
Of course it doesn't. You never found it. And you know perfectly well that if you found it now, we'd never let you walk out of here with it. So you just turned your golden dreams into golden words of contrition. You're looking for absolution. Well, you're not going to get it, Michael Grand. Not from me. Not ever.
Tina?
Oh, good. Got my note.
Oh, what's the matter? What are you doing in here?
Ta-da!
Oh, hey, check this out. Honey, this looks great. This is wonderful. Where'd you get all this stuff?
Well, I found the dishes and the silverware when I was looking for stuff for the transmitter. Of course, I didn't find anything for the transmitter, but, and the flower I made. It's supposed to be a daisy.
Well, isn't that special? Look at that. That's just about the prettiest little daisy I've ever seen. Hey, you got food, too.
Yep, there's stew for both of us in cans, of course. Mine's chicken, yours is beef, unless, of course, you want it the other way around.
No, honey, that's fine. I tell you, I am so hungry, I will eat anything you put in front of me. Please, have a seat.
Oh, thank you.
You?
Thank you.
Wow.
How's it going with the transmitter?
Slow, honey. I tell you, if we can get a hold of some decent wire, I bet we could fix that thing in no time.
Well, how about we both go look for that after we finish our delicious lunch?
That would be great with me. Where's Viki?
She's with Michael Grant.
Oh, honey, please tell me you didn't leave the two of them alone.
It wasn't my choice, believe me. She kicked me out of there. I think she wanted to yell at him or something now that she knows the whole story.
What story?
Well, I'll tell you all about it. Just dig in, okay?
All right. See what we got here. What's the matter? What was food?
There were worms in it.
Oh, honey, it's all right. It's okay.
It's not okay. Why do you keep trying to tell me it's okay? We are locked down here. We are underground and stuck here without any food. I mean, if the walls don't cave in on us, we're just going to starve to death.
Down in the valley so low. Hang your head up. Hear the wind blow. Hear the wind blow, dear. Hear the wind blow. Hang your head over. Whoa! Whoa! This is no time for a swim. Not when I have found the most wonderful thing that life has to offer, besides gold. Oblivion. And to think there are bottles and bottles of this wonderful elixir all stashed away. Just like the gold! This is my kingdom. And I am the king. stupid light. You cost me my magic elixir. Hello. Hello. What is this?
I don't blame you for hating me. I just hope that we can be civil to one another, not for my sake, but for the sake of the others.
Oh, you don't give a damn about the others. Your only concern is to protect yourself. Men like you don't like to fail. I'm quite sure you will continue to ply on my emotions and my vulnerability, but you will be wasting your time. You know something, Michael? If we ever get out of this tomb, I will have you prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. What happened? To get out of here!
No use!
Well, but you say they'll take the law. Do something!
No, the lock's on the outside!
There's no way out of here! What is that noise?
Cover your ears!
What is it? Stop it! Make it stop!
Hey, Clint. Got over here as soon as I could. What's this about Alicia Grant?
Oh, well, she sent this over to me last night. It's, really something, isn't it?
Yeah, it sure is. What is this, her high school science project?
No, it's a little more serious than that, Bo. There's a city inside Lantano Mountain.
Yeah, of course there is. Come on. What is this really?
I just told you. There's a city inside Lantano Mountain, and that's where Viki is.
Viki?
Now, I know it sounds impossible, Bo, but it happens to be true. They're all in there. Viki, Cord, Tina, Michael, Roger, Gabrielle, and Lord knows who else. Thank God I finally figured out how to reach them.
One failure after another. My whole misbegotten life. But no more. I've found the greatest treasure of all. The gold of Eterna. Can't let them find it. It's mine. All mine. You'll have to stay my secret for now. Down in the valley, valley so low, hang your head over, hear the wind blow. Keep your ears covered, Viki!
It doesn't help! How did I trigger this thing?
The closet door was rigged!
It's getting worse!
No, it's no use! This is Danton Gordon's way of dealing with thieves!
Well, why is it so loud?
It's a punishment! It gets worse and worse until
Until what?
our eardrums shatter! Then we die!
One Life to Live.
We know that Viki and Tina drove up to Lantano Mountain in separate cars, but they're not in them. We know that Cord and Roger drove up there together, but there's no trace of them. Now it turns out that Gabrielle is missing, and we know that she left Heavenly Hash with Viki. And now Michael Grant. Now, if they haven't all ended up down in that city, where in the hell are they?
I don't know, but I do have some questions to put to you. Now, if this city does actually exist, who built it? And since it's built on Lantano Mountain, which was owned by the Lords, how come Viki didn't know anything about it?
Who said she didn't?
So she's talked to you about this before?
Not directly, no. But, Bo, she has had the same dream over and over and over. The same dream, that she was in an underground tunnel. Now, who's to say that it's not that tunnel?
What do you mean? She dreamt all this, and then all of a sudden it became real?
No, of course not. What I'm saying is, what if she knew about this place 25 years ago, and she was made to forget it? Now, if she could be hypnotized into forgetting her own daughter, why not a whole city?
Well, if that was true, then Lysander Clare would be involved. If he's involved, that also means that...
Right. Victor Lord. Yeah. Now, if he was... This place is on his property. It stands to reason that he'd know about it. For all I know, he ordered the damn thing built.
Yeah, but why?
I don't know that. I don't know how the man's mind worked. What I do know is that somebody created that place, and then they kept it a secret.
Well, not entirely a secret. Obviously, Michael Grant must have known something about it.
Oh, were you starting to believe me a little bit now?
No, that's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is if Victor Lord is involved in this whole equation, I'll admit anything could be possible.
Now, Bo, I can't prove my theory, at least not yet. But for right now, it's all I've got to go on, and we have to start the search right away.
No, what search? Clint, I'm not ready to say this place exists, but, you know, if it does... How in the world are you going to even know where to look?
All right, honey, I've dumped the rest of that food. Now, I think we ought to just sit down and...
No.
You must be starving, girl. You haven't had anything to eat.
Look, I'm not going to open up another one of those cans and have a bunch of worms crawl out of it. It was really disgusting.
Honey, I think it was just an isolated case. I think if we had checked the can beforehand, that never would have happened. I don't think all the food supply here has been poisoned.
That's easy for you to say. You weren't the one who was about to take a big mouthful of worms. It was really gross.
Look, girl, you had yourself a big surprise. But that's all you had. Now, you didn't taste any of it, right? So you know you're not going to get sick from it.
Yeah, maybe not physically, anyway.
Now, I tell you what. We'll open a can and I'll taste it first. I'll be your official taster from now on.
So you think I'm being completely hysterical, right, and overreacting?
No, honey, I think you're being slightly hysterical. But I don't blame you, honey. I understand.
You're just saying that?
No, I'm not. Yeah, ever since you stepped foot into Eterna, things have been going wrong. I mean, you step in there, and this cage falls down on top of you. Then you open a can full of worms, and I mean literally. Honey, if I were you, I'd be wondering what the hell is going to happen to me next.
I know, but you're so calm and cool about all of it. Why can't I be more like you?
Honey, if you were more like me, that would be the makings of a pretty dull marriage, don't you think?
Don't try to make me feel better.
Honey, look, I just want you to know that it's all right to be anxious or afraid.
No, it's not. It's not, because it's never done me or anybody else any good. Yeah, every time something goes wrong for me, it's like I turn into a child all over again, and even I'm getting tired of it.
Will you stop being so hard on yourself, girl? Hey, you remember that time we were out in Arizona, right? And we're driving along, we get to this diner, we meet up with Dooley and Crystal, and they're about to have a baby. Now, who took charge there?
Great, so I'm great at having babies in the middle of nowhere. That seems to be my one talent. I'm not good at anything else.
The point is, you're not the only one who gets anxious or frightened. Hell, I'm pretty frightened myself right now. I don't know when we're going to get out of here.
What's the good of getting out of here if you're afraid of your own shadow? I mean, what kind of an example can I be for our own son?
Lord, will you stop it? You are a wonderful wife, you understand me? And a great mother.
I'm not so sure about that. I want to be the kind of mother that CJ can come to with his own problems and fears and doubts, and I'll be able to help him.
You will be that kind of mother.
Yeah, unless I get a grip on myself, that's for sure. I mean, I have responsibilities now, not just you and CJ. I mean, now there's Viki and her daughter. I mean, I've got to be able to help them mend this gap between them.
Gap? What kind of gap can there be between Viki and little Jessica?
Oh, I got so wrapped up in everything I didn't even tell you. Viki found out that the father of her missing daughter is Roger Gordon.
Michael, we have to get out of here. I can't take this anymore. No, that's not going to do any good. I told you. My father warned me about that closet. Oh, wait. I remember he hid something here, which is just kind of an emergency.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Ear protector. He hid him somewhere down here. It's our only hope. Help me look.
Did you find him? Give me a pair!
There's only one set!
God! No! No, I can't!
Take him. No, add some minutes to your life.
No, I can't let you die!
Take them!
Thank you, Michael!
Are you sure you didn't misunderstand Viki when she told you about this? I mean, maybe she didn't necessarily mean...
Look, if you don't believe me, ask her. They met, they fell in love, and she got pregnant.
Okay, this is Roger's version, right? I mean, maybe he's pulling the same kind of scam that Leo pulled when he tried the same stunt.
Cord, you know Roger. Is he anything like Leo?
No, he's not, but still,
Look, it's the only thing that makes any sense. This dream she was having. See, it wasn't a dream. It really happened. And she followed him back down here, and then she accidentally touched one of those safety devices, and there was a big explosion.
So that's how Eterna was sealed off from the rest of the world, and how Viki and Roger were separated.
Right, and that's how she became Nikki Smith.
Oh, so that's why your daddy wanted to erase her memory, not just about the baby, but he wanted to cover up Eterna, too. Man.
As much as I hate to admit it, my father wanted to protect his gold, even if that meant sabotaging his daughter and his own grandchild.
Listen, when Roger told Viki about this, how'd she react?
Well, she was stunned, of course. But then she was in for quite a big shock.
Yeah, I can well imagine. I mean, she and Sarah have always gotten along real well, but it's quite another thing to imagine Sarah being her own daughter.
Yeah, well, I think you're in for a shock here, too. You see, I mean, Sarah and Viki have always gotten along. It's almost like they're soulmates, but Viki's daughter is Megan.
Megan? Honey, no, that can't be. I mean, the two of them, they just don't get along. There is no mother-daughter feeling there at all. At the Banner, not too long ago, they got into this huge cat fight.
So, I mean, Viki and I haven't always been loving sisters. I mean, people would have never said that we were cut out of the same cloth, but we are.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true, I guess. And Megan wouldn't be the first one who had a natural inclination to disagree with her parents.
So you see why I'm needed to be mature and everything? Because I really need to help Viki try to mend this bridge between her and Megan.
Honey, you'll do just fine. Listen, I'm gonna go find Roger. We really need to get to work on that transmitter. You gonna be all right?
Hey, don't worry about me. This radio's our one chance to get out of here. I'm gonna go looking on Viki.
You give her a hug for me, huh?
Yeah, I will. Oh, boy. It's gonna take more than a few hugs to get along with Megan.
Man, why don't we just forget about this transmitter thing and see if we can find another way of sending an SOS signal up topside?
What other way? Look, I know the odds are against anybody picking up a signal from this, but we still got to keep trying to fix it. We've had so much bad luck lately, we're due for a little good.
Got that right. Well, let's see if two heads are better than one. Let me get some new wire here. Oh, wait a minute. What's that? What? You got yourself a flashing red light over there on the control panel.
Oh, no, I was so busy with this, I didn't see that.
What is it important?
Wow, right.
This light means somebody's trapped in the supply chamber.
Well, what, another booby trap?
Yeah, to catch would-be thieves.
Man, I will bet you any money that is Leo. I tell you what, why don't we just let him sit there and cool his heels for a while?
You don't understand. This isn't the same as just doors slamming shut and locking. There's this high-pitched sound that just gets louder and louder and kills who's ever trapped inside the supply room.
Man, I wouldn't even wish that on Leo. Come on, let's get him out.
No, wait, look. The only way we can unlock that door is to short-circuit this control panel. And that means our radio, too, because it's connected to the same power source.
Get this right. The only way we can stop that noise is by blowing the computer panel, which is also going to blow our only chance of contacting the outside world?
Yeah, and we don't even know if anybody's really trapped in there. This could be a malfunction.
Come on, Roger. You know that we don't have any choice. Let's get through this.
Okay. Here goes nothing.
Come on! Anybody trapped in that room, let's get out of there!
It's the biggest day of her life.
What is going on with you? Everything's under control.
I can't believe you're still suggesting that I leave your darling daughter standing at the altar. Just one day, and I get your daughter. The sizable inheritance that goes along with it. It's a jackpot of a lifetime. All my life, I have dreamed of having money. And here it is.
Will you have this man to be your husband?
I can't believe I did it.
They've only just begun on All My Children.
And Clint, this place is supposed to be built into Lantano Mountain? It's huge, not to mention the fact that the whole topography was drastically changed. Hell, how are you even going to find an entrance into that place, assuming that the whole place even exists?
You about through with your doom and gloom report?
I'm just trying to be realistic.
So am I. I'm not dealing with only theory, Bo. We do have some facts. We've got 3 cars, Viki's, Roger's, and Tina's, all abandoned and all in the same general area. Now, doesn't that tend to suggest that the entrance is nearby?
No, that's more assumptions, that's all.
Well, then, damn it, I'll just assume that that's where I should start.
All right, well, no, what about this poppy field that Larry Wolick told you about? Now, I suppose there's one of those up there, too?
Well, look, like you just said, the lay of the land was changed by the avalanche. But Viki mentioned a poppy field one time, said it was her favorite place on the mountain. I even saw a picture of the poppy field when I showed a photo survey to Tina. The picture disappeared, but Tina was convinced that Gabrielle stole it.
More fragments.
But they all fit, Bo. They all fit. Look, if you're looking for proof, if you're wanting something you can hold in your hand and use in a court of law, I don't have it. All I got is a gut reaction. And that gut reaction tells me that Viki and those people are down in here, and that is where I'm going to start digging. Ace is bringing some oil drilling equipment up there tomorrow.
No, wait a minute. Wait just a second.
No, if you're looking for more proof,
I'm thinking about Viki and those people up there right now. If we start blasting away on that mountain, we may not be talking about saving lives. We may just start another avalanche.
Now, see, I covered all these sections of the tunnel, and every time I felt like I was getting to an opening, I came on another section that the avalanche had closed off.
Same thing happened to me about right over there.
Great. We go off in opposite directions, and what do we find when we come back? That we're right back where we...
Right back where we started from.
Christine, important news. Oh, so you are still here.
But don't start with me, Leo, because this time I'll be the one to throw the first punch.
What's the matter, Coleman? Did I interrupt your latest attempt to seduce my daughter?
Daddy, Wade and I were just, going over these sketches of the city. We're trying to find a way out.
Yes, that may be what you were doing, sweetheart, but I know what Coleman was after. He's a married man, but he can't resist trying to have a little bit on the side. I've seen his type too much.
Yeah, right, in the mirror.
That's enough! Daddy, how am I going to get through to you? There is nothing going on between Wade and me. And, even if there were, I'm an adult, and I don't live my life to please you. Not anymore. So, you came in here with some news. What is it?
Yes. Well, I have important news. Darling, You will never have to rely on people like Viki Buchanan again. Nobody. From now on, you'll be able to count on me, just like you did when you were a little baby.
Leo, what does that smell on your breath? Don't tell me you've had time to construct a still while you're down here.
Wait, come on. Daddy, what do you mean that I can still count on you?
Suffice it to say that from now on, the world will have to recognize my brilliance as an archaeologist. I shall be amply rewarded for that. And you, darling, will be on easy street for the rest of your life.
I have had about all I can take of these grandiose plans and these dreams that never come true, Daddy.
No, Christine, you don't mean that.
No, I've never meant anything more in my entire life. Why don't you just stop giving me all these promises and start being a father, okay? Unless you've, forgotten how.
You did this. You and Viki Buchanan. You turned her against me. Well, I won't forget it, you know. I won't ever forget it.
Make the noise! Stop! Make it stop! Stop!
Hands stopped. Listen.
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God.
Here, Cord, get that chair over there, will you? Come on. I want you to sit. Sit up in a chair.
Thank you so much. I thought my head was going to break in two.
Then we'll
Thank you.
Just have a seat here, okay?
Okay.
You saved my life, you two. Thank you. I didn't think I could stand it for another minute. Oh, my God. Michael didn't have any ear protection. Is he all right?
Stay with her. I'll check him out.
He saved my life. There was only one pair of those ear protectors. He gave them to me.
Were you talking about Michael Grant helping somebody other than himself?
Yes, if it hadn't been for him, I'd be dead. He gave me those ear protectors. There was only one pair.
Michael, you all right? Can you hear me?
Roger.
No, look, you're going to be all right, Michael. You're going to be okay. Vicky's okay. You just rest.
What?
Just rest. Just rest.
I can't hear you. My God, I can't hear you.
The husband of the year on the next Oprah Winfrey Show.
Read this. It's just a temporary hearing loss. If he just stays calm, the pain will subside and he'll be able to hear all right.
How can you be so sure?
I know how the alarm works. Cord and I got here before any permanent damage could be done.
Temporary?
Yes.
Trust him, Michael. Trust? Did you say trust? I hear you say trust? Yes. Oh, thank God he can hear. Thank God.
Oh, what's going on here? Something wrong?
We just had a little run-in with some sound effects.
It's all right, darling. I'm all right, thanks to Michael.
What happened?
Vicky and Michael, they stumbled upon another one of them booby traps. Only this time they didn't just get stuck in here. There was this ear-piercing sound that almost killed both of them.
Oh, my God.
The operative word is almost. I think Cord and Roger arrived just in the nick of time. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, God, I can hear myself now.
I guess from what Vicky is saying, we should be thanking you, huh?
Yeah, your ears will probably ring for a few days, but you'll be back to your old self again soon.
Yeah, my old self. Michael, I don't know why you sacrificed yourself to save me, but if I can ever repay you... No, it wasn't a sacrifice. There was one set. You needed them more than I did.
Well, what do you know? Not only is Michael Grant our latest hero, but it looks like he's got a modest streak, too.
Michael, you saved my sister. Thank you. I just never thought you had it in you.
Neither did I. But, after all the trouble I've caused, that's the least I could do.
Look, we'd better get you back to your room. Cord, lend me a hand.
No, that's okay. Thanks. I can manage.
Boy, just when you think you've seen everything.
Yes. Well, I thought that Eterna had only brought us pain and suffering, but I should have had more faith. It turns out some good can come of all of this.
No, not for long if we don't get that radio fixed. Let's go for it.
Yeah, right. I'll be right with you, Roger. Listen, honey, maybe you take care of Vicky. Make sure she gets some rest. And ladies, please.
I know. We'll be very careful. Don't worry. Eterna is still very dangerous.